Monday morning, time for a shave. It's been about a good 3 days, so there's a fair old growth of stubble. I thought today to do something different for a change. Instead of using one of my many deep hollow grounds, I go and use one of my very few wedges. I've only got about 3 to be honest, but this is a special. So today I've wheeled out a Max Spreacher wedge. Now, let me show you this beast. That in all its glory, with keratinite scales, is a Max Spreacher. Interesting story. I actually got it off our lovely and famous Dr. Matt. A customer has sent this Max Spreacher to Matt because it had a fault. And it had a slight warp. These things happen. Anyway, I got it off Dr. Matt, and I found the warp was still there. So I've taken it out, but of course I didn't do it particularly wonderfully well. You can just see a little bit of hone wear, but I'd like to get things about right, especially with a high quality razor, which I don't fully understand. This is a heavy duty razor. Now, my very good friend, who I'm sure you've seen, trying to spit this out, I'm sure you've seen many of his shave videos on YouTube, which is Mr. Bandafrito, Serge Bandafrito. Now, Sergio the Bandafrito loves Max Sprechers, and he loves this style of rather extreme, but certainly very beautiful razors. These are so well made. This is the Rolls Royce of custom razors, and so is the price. But anyway, if you like these rather flat ground designs, because I don't believe Mr. Sprecher actually makes a deep hollow. So let's try this. As I said, I haven't used this for over a year. I find with wedges, there's very little feedback. Yeah, very little indeed. Extremely stiff, but very good steel. I don't know what Max Sprecher uses for steel, but bar gum, it's sharp. That is beautiful. But that lack of feedback is not for me really. But it's got a beautiful long monkey tail. It's supremely nice to hold. It's got a giant blade. I've got to say, oh, by the way, the shaving lather today is the last of the Zingari Man, which is the Seeger shaving soap, Mousse à la Manie, Rogue in essence. Lent to me, gifted to me from Jeff Smith. So let's see what happens on the other side. This is all guesswork. As I've already stated, I find you can get a wonderful, wonderful edge, of course, on this style of blade, but it's just a little bit no feedback. Completely rigid blade. Very quiet. I mean, that's cutting what, 3.5, 4 days of stubble. You can't hear it. I like to hear the lawnmower cutting noise of a deep hollow ground. But I've got to say, I mean, I could get used to a wedge if I had to. And a lot of people love wedges. They're certainly very predictable. You don't have to worry about that. But just let me show you guys because of the depth of the blade. Look at the size of the spine. Like, that's not a razor, that's a chopper. And it's wonderful. I so admire good design. I think that's very, very important. So although I'm not a wedgie shaver as such, when I see something with as exquisite a design as that, I've got to have it. So I did. Yeah. Any wedge cuts away dense, whiskery growth very, very, very well. This is rather nice lather, actually. It's very kind. But for me, I'll always be fundamentally deep hollow lover. But I could easily convert. This is, as you can see, it's doing a beautiful job. We're on the second pass now against the grain. And it's effortless. How about that? That's really, really very, very impressive. I would say that I'm very much in favour of big blades. Only because, it's only my opinion, this is purely subjective, but I do like the fact that you feel far more, I don't know, sort of in control of a large blade. Yeah, that's lovely. I might not do any really fancy manoeuvres because, I haven't used this for over a year. It's going across the moustache area beautifully. Yeah, absolutely no complaints there at all. Do the other side. Do a little bit of under chin work. Very interested to see how it tackles the famous under chin. Just around there, it's very difficult to get that right, but we'll see. Yeah, effortless. Yeah. It's very good, isn't it? I like it, I like it. I suppose it depends on what you start off with in your shaving adventure. I took once a quick go with a very, very old Sheffield wedge. Very unresponsive piece of rubbish. I know some Sheffield wedges make sky high prices. Wade and Butcher, obviously. I'd love to try one, but they're a lot of money. Do you know what? 2 passes and I'm done. So, let me recant my evil sayings. I would say wedges if you get used to them are obviously very, very effective tools. And this Max Spreacher has done a wonderful job. I'm still not entirely convinced it's the way for me, but what the hell? I would say it's the steel quality, the actual steel and the temper of the steel is first rate, no two ways about that. The rest is just preference. So I'm not ashamed to say that I had to hone it to get it exactly as I like it. It's on I think it's probably on my usual fine finisher, which is a 20k Suhiru. But you know, you'd probably do just as well on a 12. Only when you bought a fabulously expensive stone like a 20k Gugomyu the hero, you find that you want to use it. So I tend to use it more perhaps than I should. I mean, what the heck, that's done. Yeah. Little tiny bit here, and then I'll finish and I won't waste any more of your time. Yep. Yep. There's always a little bit there, isn't there? Always there. Because I could spend a whole video chasing the occasional errant little tiny bit of stubble, which I'm not going to do. All I would say is for a Monday morning, was it 2nd of April, 3rd of April? Can't remember which. Haven't got my wash on. But yeah, early April, the very first days of April. At long last, we've got a little bit of warmth from the sun. I detest, loathe and hate winter. However, on that note, how about that for a good shave? Thank you, Mr. Spreacher. You make wonderful custom razors. And although wedges aren't 100% me, I would still say that if you never get your hands on one, well worth it. The steel quality, the grind quality and the finish is absolutely wonderful. The Keranite scales, what can I say? Exquisite. Really, really beautiful. This is a real handful. This is a big beastie and I love it. Anyway, chaps, thank you so much for watching. For those that subscribe, thank you very much indeed. For those who are newbies, perhaps I can be of use in some minor way. But anyway, do like, do subscribe, and I'll see you all soon. Bye for now. Bye.